Well, let's start with the big story of the day. The price of a 19 kg commercial cylinder that has been increased by 993 rupees starting today. As per the revision, a 19 kg cylinder will now be costing you 3,071 rupees in the national capital. However, in a relief, there has been no change in the price of the domestic cylinders. But this is the third time in this year that the price of a 19 kg commercial LPG cylinder has been increased since the war with Iran started. It first saw an increase of about 115 in early March, followed by a further hike of nearly 200 rupees on April 1st. And now in a statement, IOC has said that petrol and the diesel prices will continue to be the same despite the elevated global energy prices. It also went on to add that there has been no rate revision in key fuel affecting the general public. So that remains the stand of the government. And meanwhile, we're learning that the commercial LPG prices, they have been hiked. There is a relief for the household. As the domestic kitchen budget, that remains unaffected as of now. The government has underlined a consumer-centric approach, making it clear that there is no increase in the prices that directly impact the common user. Petrol and the diesel prices, they remain unchanged now. Keeping retail fuel rates stable across the country, there's no hike in the domestic LPG cylinder, with the 14.2 kg cylinder prices remaining completely unchanged for the consumer as of now. So that is what we are learning for so far. Let me get you more clarity and perspective on that and go across to my colleague Kritika, who's been tracking all the details. Kritika, the prices of the commercial LPG cylinder, they have been hiked by almost 1,000 rupees by the government. But this is the third increase that we have seen so far in the last, in fact, 2 months. The first increase was in March, then April, and now in May. But the highest hike that we have seen of almost 1,000 rupees. What is the reason behind this? And what will the costing be when it comes to the major cities like Delhi, Mumbai, Bengaluru, and Calcutta?
Well, yes, Akansha, we are, in fact, reporting on the price hike of the commercial cylinders and the commercial LPG cylinders, as you rightly pointed out. It had already been revised twice before as well. In March, there was a hike of about 20 to 30 rupees. In April, we saw a hike of about 200 rupees. And now we are seeing a revision of upwards of 900 rupees, bringing the total cost of a 19 kilogram commercial LPG cylinder in a city like Delhi, for example, to about 3,070 rupees. That's the current price of the LPG commercial cylinders as revised by the Indian Oil Corporation as well. Now, this, of course, is being revised. There is, of course, the monthly revisions that follow. But remember, this is also coming in the backdrop of the West Asia crisis as well, with the tensions rising there. There is, of course, the stress on the oil produce as well as petroleum products. And we're seeing a reflection of that now in the high hike that has come in as far as the commercial cylinders are concerned. Now, remember, as domestic prices remain unchanged, household consumption will not be affected, but with a heavy reliance on commercial cylinders, heavy reliance on eating out, for example, by a lot of families as well as, in fact, bachelors as well. This could, in fact, become a cause of strain even for regular individuals and not just be limited to, say, eateries, restaurants, bakeries, etc. as well. So this is, of course, the big development that is coming in as of today with the revision in prices as far as commercial cylinders are concerned. Now, of course, politics over this is also brewing. We have the Congress party as well as the other opposition.
The hike is likely to hit the restaurants, eatery and other businesses very hard since they rely on the cooking fuel for their day-to-day operation. I'll come back to you, Kritika, on the politics angle. Let me take our viewers through what the Congress party and the Aadmi party are saying on this, because the politics has started over this entire matter. The Congress has warned of a tsunami of devastation, and these are their words, claiming that the price hike comes right after the election and will hit the households and the small businesses very hard. The Aadmi party has also slammed the move, with Anurag Dhanda of the Aadmi party accusing the government of waging an inflation war on the people. On that, let me go across to my colleague Sagrika, who's been tracking all the reactions that are coming in. Sagrika, take us through the reactions that are coming in from the opposition parties, because they are saying that, look, we told you that there will be a hike after the elections get over, and that has happened.
Yes, and some leaders in the opposition are also calling this an inflation war. Taking you through the latest post coming in from the opposition, this is the RJD, which has said that as soon as the elections ended, Modi ji started taking the public for a ride. If the poor die, so be it. But their capitalist friends shouldn't suffer even a single penny's loss. After all, Prime Minister is the puppet that they placed on the throne. This is the scathing reaction coming from the RJD. Manikam Tagore of the Congress party says, voted on April 29th, price hike on the 1st of May, commercial LPG cylinder hiked by 990 rupees the very next day after polling ends. Before election silence, after elections, 990 rupee jump on 19 kg commercial cylinders. Small restaurants, tea shops and vendors will now also raise prices. Now, Alka Lamba of the Congress party says Prime Minister Modi could have directly increased it to 1,000 rupees if he wanted, but instead of doing so, he has provided a major relief. Thank you, Modi ji. The nation will always remain grateful. So this is sarcasm. Sarcasm in the way the Congress leaders are lashing out at the government over the price hike in commercial LPG prices. Then you also have BB Srinivas, who's also criticized the government over this. And then BB Srinivas has put out this post saying, "Ab jhalmudi hi sahara hai." So yes, there is a reference to jhalmudi as well. We are also hearing that Akhilesh Yadav has also reacted. We'll take you through that post next. Then it's Priyanka Chaturvedi of the Shiv Sena UBT who says, "So it begins. Election-driven respite comes to an end." So we took you through those posts. I will also take you through what Akhilesh Yadav has said in his latest attack. Let me just open that up here. So yes, opposition leaders are reacting. They are countering. They are attacking the government over the price hike in commercial LPG. So right now it is Akhilesh Yadav who's just put out a post. He says, and I quote, "Cylinders don't get expensive, the roti thali does. This is known only by the one who buys and eats it themselves, not by the one who goes and eats at other places or steals from others' plates. If they had to make cylinder expensive, they should have just made it 1,000 rupees expensive outright. By reducing it by 7 rupees in 1,000, who are these BJP folks trying to do a favor to? When will the BJP bring a censure motion on the inflation, on unemployment, on joblessness and on recession?" So yes, we took you through reactions of the Congress, of the Aadmi party, of the Samajwadi party and the RJD.
All right, so the flurry of reactions, in fact, coming in with the Congress party warning of a tsunami of devastation, claiming that the price hike comes right after the elections and will hit the households and the small businesses very hard. Thanks so much, Sagrika, for getting us all those details. We also have a reaction coming in from the Congress MP. Listen in.
Me right now is a deputy leader in Rajya Sabha, Mr. Pramod Tiwari. सर, जिस तरीके से आप लोग लगातार ये कह रहे थे कि बहुत जल्द जो है पेट्रोल डीजल के प्राइसेस बढ़ जाएंगे, लेकिन आज एलपीजी के जिस तरीके से रेट बढ़े हैं, कमर्शियल सिलेंडर्स के 993 रुपीस का इंक्रीज जो है वो देखने को मिला है। एफटीए जो 5 kg के सिलेंडर है उसमें भी जो है रेट जो है बढ़ते हुए नजर आए हैं। इस पर क्या कहना चाहिए?
ये देश अगर श्रद्धा से याद करेगा कलाम साहब को मिसाइल मैन के तौर पे, तो मोदी जी को महंगाई मैन के रूप में, जिसकी रफ्तार कलाम साहब के मिसाइल को भी पार कर रही। जनवरी में 1500 रुपये कीमत, 4 महीने में बढ़ा के कर दिया दुगना 3000 रुपये, 1500 से 4 महीने। अभी 8 महीने बाकी ही साल के। ये कहाँ जाके इनकी महंगाई की मिसाइल रुकेगी? मैं कहना चाहता हूँ, आज मई दिवस है, मजदूर दिवस है। पूरी तरह इन्होंने मजबूरी में जो सबसे ज़्यादा अफेक्टेड होगा वो मजदूर होगा, छोटे किसान होंगे जो यहाँ आसपास रह रहे हैं, रेहड़ी पटरी लगाने वाले होंगे, ठेला लगाने वाले होंगे और हमारे छात्र होंगे। इसका प्रभाव तो उन गृहिणियों पे भी पड़ेगा जिनके लिए नारी वंदन करा रहे हैं, वो नारी तो सबसे ज़्यादा प्रभावित होगी। तो मैं मिला के कहना चाहता हूं कि मोदी जी ने ये तोहफा दे के मजदूरों को पूरी तरीके से अपना नुकसान कर लिया।
लेकिन सर, बीजेपी इसमें ये कहती हुई नजर आ रही है कि इतने जो इंटरनेशनल लेवल पे रेट्स है वो बढ़े हैं, लेकिन इंडिया में फिर भी रिलीफ है क्योंकि डोमेस्टिक सिलेंडर्स के रेट नहीं बढ़ाए गए हैं, एटीएफ का प्राइस राइज नहीं हुआ है।
5 किलो वाला सिलेंडर का दाम नहीं बढ़ा, वो डोमेस्टिक नहीं, वही तो सबसे ज्यादा आबादी खरीदती। तो झूठ बोलते हैं भाजपा वाले, रजिस्टर्ड झूठ बोलने में इनकी महारत है। और मैं फिर कह रहा हूं, मोदी इज द महंगाई मैन।
सर, इसके अलावा चुनावों का
All right, so on one hand, the opposition opposition parties are accusing the government of waging inflation war on the common people. They're claiming that essential items will now become more expensive. We also have reaction coming in from the Bharatiya Janata Party over the claims that have come in from the opposition party, saying that BJP is now saying that the common man is protected. Petrol, diesel prices, they remain stable. There's no hike in the domestic LPG cylinder as well. And BJP has said that fake agenda of the Congress on so-called post-election fuel price has now been exposed. And this is what Pradeep Bhandari of the BJP has to say. Relief for every household and every commuter across India. Despite global fuel prices, India has ensured stability and protection for all the citizens. Now they have listed out petrol and diesel prices remain completely unchanged. There's no hike in the domestic LPG for 33 crore consumers. ATF for domestic airline is stable. 80% of the petroleum products see no increase as well. Common man shielded while managing global volatility. So this is what the Bharatiya Janata Party has to say. Also saying that the fake agenda of the Congress Party on the so-called post-election fuel price hike that has been exposed is what the Bharatiya Janata Party has to say on this. But as we told you that the politics has started over this, Congress Party on one hand is warning people of a tsunami of devastation, and these are their words, saying that the price hike comes right after the elections and will hit the households and the small businesses very hard. The Aadmi Party, as we told you, RJD as well, they have slammed the move with the party leaders accusing the government of waging the inflation war on common people. We also heard the reaction that is coming in from the Bharatiya Janata Party. They have made it quite clear that the common man is protected. Let me go across to Pradeep Bhandari of the Bharatiya Janata Party. Thank you so much for connecting with us. As you heard, the opposition parties, they are calling this a post-election shock for the common man. Your reaction on this?
Well, the Congress party has forgotten that it was only the Congress government which had increased the prices of the petrol and diesel. India is the only country in the world where the petrol and diesel prices are stabilized, where domestic LPG price is maintained and has not been increased. So which means that more than 33 crore households are not being impacted by the global volatility. In a scenario where every country is facing inflation, India is the only country where the common man has not been hit. I believe that the decision which the government has taken, where the domestic LPG price has been maintained, where there is no increase in the petrol and the diesel price, further speaks volumes about the macroeconomic stability of India and how this global oil price shock has been weathered by India by stability, by strength and depth.
All right, thanks so much for getting us all those details. In fact, the perspective on what the Bharatiya Janata Party has to say on this, because opposition leaders are saying that this is a post-election shock for the people of the country. Thank you so much for connecting with us.